Hello everyone, out on the trail again. It's Sunday today. The weather is amazing. We've had a couple of rough days with a lot of rain and warm temperatures and wind, and well, it's not been fun. But today it's sunny, no wind at all. I think like 8 degrees Celsius, which is fairly cold. We're starting to get into the colder time of year, but as you know, he loves it. What is happening now? So we're on the trail today. My plan is to, this path here, as you know, is quite muddy still. I don't know if you can see it, but it's mud everywhere, so you can't really run here. But I plan to follow this, and then when I come up to the road, my plan is to follow the road all the way to where it ends, essentially, and then yeah, just turn back and follow it back home. He's been resting for 2 days. Yesterday we had a storm here in Sweden. We had winds up to 18 meters per second, and he's not a fan of wind, and I'm not a fan of wind because he's not. I can ride in all weathers. Rain doesn't bother me. I have clothes for it, and he doesn't. He's not bothered. But wind, I think it's because when the wind creates all the noise, like when the trees blow in the wind, he can't hear anything, and he relies so much on his hearing. So if there's an animal in the woods, or if there's a bicyclist or a pedestrian or whatever, he can't hear them because the wind is masking their noise, basically, which means that he gets spooked because suddenly they appear and he had no idea. So yeah, we're not a fan of wind. So when it's that windy, I usually just let him rest. So I was out Thursday, but Friday and Saturday he's been resting. So he's feeling happy, relaxed and rested today. And I think he's gonna take us on a bit of a run once we get out of this mud shenanigans. So we'll continue on. At least it's so pretty and peaceful. I work as an IT consultant and work in our capital here in Sweden. I work from home most days, but once a week I'm at the office in Stockholm, in our capital. And it's, I mean, as in any capital, it's a lot of people, a lot of traffic, a lot of people. Commuting is not the most fun thing I can think of. I bet that a lot of you people can relate. And I realize that Sweden is a small country. We don't have great capitals, as some of you people who are watching this video do. So obviously our capital is still small compared to, you know, Tokyo and those big cities. But still, it is a big city and it's a lot of people. So I really enjoy when I've been out, when I've been in the city. I really enjoy to get out here in the forest, the quiet forest, and just be alone with my thoughts. So we are coming up now on the road, and I think I rode here during my cardio run, if I'm not mistaken. Today is not really cardio run, but I think he's still, because of the low temperatures, he's still quite fresh, so at least I hope so. But I don't have any particular workout in mind today. I just wanna enjoy the sun. We have some water here, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna avoid those. Yes. So yeah, I've ridden here before on camera, but I don't think I filmed riding all the way to kind of the end of the road. So that will be new. I'm trying to improve feeling what gait he's falling into, and I know I should decide the gait, but I don't know, I'm not a professional rider, so I'll do my best. But so now I felt that he moved over to trot, so then I wanted to adjust my seat accordingly. He's happy, as you can see, ears pointed forward. I don't know if you can see, so let's see if I can do this, maybe you can see. I have, whoops, some reflexes on him. I always use that, I always have one on myself as well, a vest, because we are in moose hunting season here in Sweden. And yeah, they hunt moose basically, and even though we don't have that many moose here where I live, I still think it's a good thing to have something that shows that we are not a moose, because I have heard about people who's been shot, unfortunately, or their horses have been shot because the hunters thought that the horse was a moose. And I certainly don't want that, so that is why. And also, of course, when I ride late in the afternoon this time of year, it's good for traffic as well. So we have this, I think it's called equiflector, and you put it around his neck and then you connect it to the girt. And now we are meeting people. So I think up here is where this road ends, and we get into kind of a living area where people live with houses. And I try to avoid traffic. He's safe, you know, we've been cantering up next to the highway and he's not bothered with traffic, but I don't know. First of all, it doesn't feel like a pleasant experience really to be driving next to cars and people on bicycles and so on, motorcyclists, you know. I met one of those because I need to be on alert all the time. Out here I can just relax, even though I need to be vigilant, of course, but it's not the same thing as riding in the middle of traffic. And also GDPR, as you know, there's a lot of people, a lot of cars that I need to edit out, so I prefer the forest. So I've never seen that road before. Okay, so I think I'm gonna turn around here. Yes, here's let's turn back. Okay, we're fine. Please don't trip. It's good to have reflexes, as I've said, and balance. Can't see anything. Oi! I need to see. Can't canter. I can't see. I have the sun straight in my face. Give me a moment, please. Now we're heading back home. You've seen it before. I mean, I tend to take the same trails because they're familiar, you know how long they take. There's no risk of getting lost. So I guess it is a bit of a repetition vlog-wise, but on the other hand, there's always something happening. You know, he gets scared or he spooks or he trips. So it's quite muddy here, as expected. Now you can see this, I think, when he's leaning forward a bit during his pee break. I hope so, at least. Oops. For some reason it's always so muddy here. I guess because the sun doesn't reach down here. It never dries up really, because then when you come up here it's always much better. He is avoiding those puddles like his life depended on it. Here you can see up here it's much better, and here he usually likes to run. Yep. Whoop. What are we doing? Like jumping like a little bunny over the puddles. job. He's so tired now and sweaty. Someone's gonna be rolling in the mud when we come back. That is, by the way, that is a mess this time of year. When he, you know, since he's an Icelandic horse, he has so much fur and long fur, and then he usually gets sweaty when we're out because we like to run and, you know, have fun. So of course he wants to roll when we get back, because that's like showering for them. It takes away the sweat and cools them off. But then that mud dries, and then the next time I come it's like a mud monster, because it gets into his fur. So I have to spend like an hour cleansing him from the mud. I can't believe how an animal can look so mistreated after only a couple of days. I mean, he is anything but. He has everything he needs. He's a happy horse. He has people who love him, who care for him, but all it takes is one roll and then he looks like no one has tended to him for weeks. But at the same time, I really think horses should be horses. I don't want, when I have my own horse in the future, I definitely want them to roam, you know, freely in the field, and not having them standing in a box, because I don't think that is a good horse life. So of course, if he wants to roll and do whatever he wants in the field, in the pasture, then he should be allowed to do so. It's the least I can give him, considering how much he does for me and how he's always there for me. So now we're coming back here. Last stretch. Job. I tried to have him on as loose reins as possible, because then he can see more where he's going. So this is the last stretch, as you know. Almost no leaves left now. It used to be like a corridor of gold. Now it's just a couple of leaves left. That's how it goes. Take it easy here, you never know. but it has been an amazing day, really nice day for trail riding. So up here is where we ride when we canter above the highway. So I guess this is one of my favorites, but also being up there cantering is really fun. Especially now when it gets colder and he gets more energetic. Now what? Well, that's it. We are heading back home. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!